Good evening and welcome to Newsnight on Metro TV. This bulletin is also live on DSTV channel 277. My name is Kojo Nyansichin Cranton. Coming up in this edition, it's So it's Census night today. Are you ready? In this edition, we will assess the level of preparedness by the Ghana Statistical Service as the countdown to get counted inches. Stay with us. Also, commuters and residents of ABUAKWA housing in the Ashanti region express worry over the deplorable road network linking their communities as they lament many lives have been lost as a result of flooding during the rainy season. In entertainment, gospel artiste Diana Hamilton has been crowned the Artiste of the Year 2021's VODAFONE Ghana Music Awards. And in sports, we bring you highlights as Kumasi Asante KOTOKO fell to the phobians at the Accra Sports Stadium. And in some international news, we are going to discuss how a house in Florida collapsed as its residents were asleep. Welcome yet again, and in our first story, the Minister for Works and Houses, Francis Asansubuachi, has admonished that every citizen is to desist from dumping household solid waste materials into drains. Speaking at a press briefing on Sunday, the Works and Housing Minister stressed on how the act continues to worsen the country's flooding situation each time there is a heavy downpour.
Speaking on ongoing projects in the country, the Minister for Works and Housing, Francis Asansubuachi, stressed on effort by government to tackle the issue of flooding. He noted government is collaborating with the World Bank to implement the Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Project, CARID, which will mitigate flood risks and address solid waste management at the Odo Drainage Basin.
Additionally, a flood early warning system is being developed to enhance flood resilience of communities within the basin and beyond. While efforts are underway to procure a contractor for the deferred and maintenance dredging activities under the CARID project, dredge masters will continue with dredging activities to make room for storm water and mitigate flood risks in the Odo Basin this rainy season. Our priority drain program will also be targeting other river basins across the country.
Already, the rains are in, and some areas that were initially not prone to flooding are now flooded, leaving many residents displaced.
Last Thursday, the ministry received cabinet approval for the establishment of the Ghana Hydrological Authority, whose mandate, among others, include the development of comprehensive drainage master plans to mitigate the effects of flooding and the protection of our coastlines. It is expected that the establishment of this authority will provide the needed avenue to plan, to mobilize private sector financing, oversee, monitor, and stem the uncontrolled and improper development of drainage systems across the country.
Meanwhile, the sector minister has entreated members of the general public to desist from dumping solid waste into drains.
Regardless of government's intervention, the investment government will put in, we must see our quest to mitigate flooding as a shared responsibility. People are just dumping waste anyhow. In Kumasi markets, we have seen that one of the primary reasons that caused the flooding recently is a result of timber logs that are blocking the drainage channel leading to the KGT market. The pictures are going on social media, and it's amazing. So we have a responsibility to be responsible in the way that we dispose of solid waste.
The Ashanti region has recorded about 3 deaths from flooding, whilst Saturday's heavy downpour left many commuters stranded in traffic for hours after the road was filled with large quantities of water.
And that was the Minister for Works and Housing asking Ghanaians to desist from dumping solid waste into drains. And still on the Ministry for Works and Housing, Francis Asenso-Abuakye has indicated that the government is taking the necessary steps to establishment of the Ghana Housing Authority. The authority, he says, maintains the will to help complement efforts in addressing the challenges in the housing market. Here is more.
My ministry is taking steps towards the establishment of the Ghana Housing Authority to lead the supply side of the housing market. The authority will not only serve as a regulator in the sector, but also plan, develop, and manage housing development in the country. The Ghana Housing Authority will help complement the activities of the National Housing and Mortgage Fund in addressing the challenges in the housing market. Affordable housing strategy. One of the major components needed for the successful implementation of any affordable housing program relies on the availability of suitable lands free from litigation. For this reason, I have commenced active engagement with the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and the Lands Commission towards securing government-acquired lands for the National Affordable Housing Program. As a first step, a total of 4,500 acres of land has been earmarked for affordable housing construction at Amasaman, MANHEAN, Afenya, or in the Greater Accra region.
Now, away from that, commuters and residents of ABUAKWA housing in the Etrimangwa-Bieja South Municipality of the Ashanti region have expressed worry over the deplorable road network linking their communities as they lament on the bad nature of the road and bridge on the river Esoyebwa in the community, as has brought untold hardship on them, as many lives have been lost on the road as a result of flooding during the raining seasons. They therefore are appealing to the government to, as a matter of urgency, fix the road and the dilapidated bridge to ease the burden of the people. This is a report filed by Metro News' Ashanti regional correspondent Abdel Basit Suleiman. Right to you.
The onset of the rain has exposed the usual problem of poor road network coupled with poor drainage systems and the effect of encroachment on waterways in part of the Ashanti region. In spite of the year 2020 and 2021 being declared by President Akufo-Addo as a year of roads, several communities in the Ashanti region are still grappling with poor road network. One of such communities is the ABUAKWA housing in the Etrimangwa-Bieja South Municipality of the Ashanti region. Residents and commuters here say they are living in fear as the rain set in because the only bridge which links several communities in the municipality like Tanoso, Ekropon, Daba and the Owebi Dam area are in a deplorable state. According to residents, several lives have been lost due to the poor nature of the bridge.
You need come out for this acquire say when movie when him what say MP when him regional minister crowd when himself bridge as I say in film you and so friend the pound of boom and my son penny for woman you now buy at the end you could share not before penny for by regional minister or by the metal 5 years me. The beer is a kunipa kumomo, Yasam Katua. Bear 2 months in Mikuansuno, a far, did the neckoi. Now, and Rossi, Yabba soon Eja Esakoi, you soon year be a codo befee. You never be uncle as yet now, be at 12 o'clock, and son soon not come here. Me, I bear 5 months in Ruby Consuno, you soon found a coin. I run you was school from Kola, Nimpen for Nese, Yasam Katua, yes, Madauroma. Monhwe na monye bidman ene na sa ade ene yan kasa no yehu se asa hanka Ghana ho ana ase bibisa ade.
Now to some news on education. The TEMA Metropolitan Chief Executive Felix Ananla has set July 2021 to reopen the MANHEAN Anglican A Basic School, which currently being rehabilitated for use by pupils. The intervention follows a feature of the hitherto deplorable school block on Metro TV's Community Watch.
On the normal day when you are teaching, the children will not concentrate, but the roofing will be flipping and just creating and making noise. And when you go into one of the class 3, right inside the class, the roofing is removed, so the sun shines directly on the children, class 1 and class 3.
A concerned teacher of the TEMA MANHEAN Basic School detailing the harsh ordeal of pupils in January 2021 when Metro TV first visited.
The MC was here July 2019.
The MC?
On the day the MC came, it has Niananla. When the day he came here, it has rained. And the whole classroom was flooded. The roofings were torn apart, flying over. He was here, and he took pictures and pasted it on his Facebook wall. July 2019. For 2 years now, TMA came, climbed the building, and measured. They measured all the roofing. They came here and took measurement of all the roofing. That was last year. So about 1 year now, it's still not. The MP also came here of Coastal Development Authority, Ahmed. They also came that they are coming to build. Also, nothing happened.
Soon after the reportage, the dilapidated roof was taken off by the TEMA Metropolitan Assembly and the pupils relocated to a temporary block to kickstart rehabilitation of the school block. It's June 2021. 6 months after our visit, the rehabilitation work is not complete. The regional minister, taking lead of the situation, is here for an unannounced inspection.
School children are not able to learn here. Some even sit in the sun for the past 1 year, I'm told. So why is it that you are now roofing after 6 months? What has changed?
No, we are still in the planning process, and it's a job that we need to do. So materials and everything is ready. So
you are not getting my point. The roofing has been off.
Yes.
And for 6 months, nothing has been done. But now you are doing. What caused the delay and what has changed?
Mr. You know the assembly processes. We just don't move into things. Okay. We plan, and this is the time we need to come back to come and do all this.
How soon do you intend to complete this?
We are targeting by Thursday. We'll finish with painting.
The timeline of Thursday, 17th June 2021, to complete the roofing and paint the school block for the pupils to return to their classrooms is less than a week from now. Monday, 14th June 2021. It's Monday, 21st June 2021, few days after the timeline given by the TEMA Metropolitan Chief Executive, Felix Ananla. The new roofs have been fixed, but the painting is yet to be done.
Yes, we promised the public that by Thursday, painting will be done. But as of now, the number of gallons that we need is ready, but we have not started because the masons have still not finished their job. They gave us up to Wednesday to finish their job. As we are talking now, they are still doing pockets of them, and I don't want to push them. After all, at the end of the day, we need a quality job to be done, so we'll have value for money. We have agreed with the school authority, including the Reverend Minister, that for we to have a good job done for the children and for the community, we have given ourselves up to the first week of July, that we are sure we are bringing the children back to their classroom. At that point, we are sure everything will be done. Even some aspects of the job that we didn't consider earlier. The Reverend Minister have raised an alarm that he thinks we need to do some ceiling to protect the children from the direct sun on the roof. So all this thing is going to be considered.
Metro News shall follow up and keep you updated from TEMA MANHEAN. This is Gabriel Ni Obodai Togbashon reporting for Metro News.
Moving on, the Ghana Statistical Service has targeted for enumeration travelers, people who sleep on the streets and guest houses as it commences the 2021 census tonight. Speaking at a press briefing, the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobina-Enim, indicated that personnel of the Statistical Service will be stationed at lorry stations across the country to count travelers embarking on long journeys. He has well stated that this is necessary to capture all persons resident in Ghana in the census.
So the headline stories for the listing exercise that we've done so far suggest that 97% of the enumeration areas have been completed and 98.3% of the expected structures in the country have been chalked and listed. All is ready for us to start the enumeration of some targeted persons tonight, and the enumeration of households and institutions will start tomorrow. Specifically tonight, we're going to target persons who would be in transit, traveling over long journeys, specifically something beyond 8 hours, which will mean that they'll start from the later hours of today and get to their places of destination in the early hours of tomorrow. So we're going to be at the lorry stations and ensure that these persons are counted. The second category of persons that we're going to target tonight are our outdoor sleepers. That is persons who are homeless, either individuals or households more than one person for purposes of enumeration. So these persons that I've outlined, once the enumeration is done, we're going to give them a certificate of enumeration to indicate that they have been counted to avoid double counting. The third category of persons that we're going to target tonight are persons who are going to spend 27 nights in guest houses and hotels, and we're going to target these persons with our Form 1E. We're going to leave these forms with the receptionists at the various hotels, and we are hoping that residents or occupants of the rooms of the guest houses and hotels will fill these forms for us. Moving into 28th June 2021, starting tomorrow, we're going to target our statesmen in the early hours of tomorrow. The schedule has been drawn, and we're going to ensure that by midday tomorrow, all of them are enumerated. Work will start concurrently in all our 51,922 enumeration areas. I need to emphasize that this exercise is a 14-day exercise. We do not expect to count all persons in Ghana tonight. We do not expect to count all persons in Ghana tomorrow. This exercise is going to run to the 11th of July 2021. As we move along through this platform, we're going to provide updates on where we have completed, and we are urging persons in Ghana that on the 8th of July, if you've not been enumerated, please make use of our call center number, and the numbers are 0800-426-426, again 0800-426-426. This is our toll-free number, and we urge persons in Ghana to take advantage of it and call us starting the 8th of July if they have not been enumerated. We have other regular numbers, and these are 0591-476893, 0591-476895.
So on the back of this, we shall have a quick conversation with Mr. OWUSU KAGYA, who is head of census methodology at the Ghana Statistical Service. Mr. KAGYA, if you can hear me, good evening and welcome to Newsnight.
Good evening, sir, and thank you so much.
We appreciate your time with us. So when will this census start, and how long will this exercise be?
Thank you so much once again. And so the census has already started, and so I'm sure you are referring to the enumeration of the population.
Indeed.
Okay, so then the enumeration will start tonight with some specific group of population, and for the remaining of the population, we're looking at tomorrow, 28th of June, up to the 11th of July. So it's a 2-week period that we have allocated to this activity.
Okay, thank you very much. But then if an enumerator is to knock on my door, how long would it take for this individual to complete the whole process?
Okay, so this will depend on the size of the household. And so the enumeration of households and institutions is going to start tomorrow, 28th. And so it depends on the size of the household. So we're looking at between 45 minutes and 1 hour, depending on the size and the speed to which questions are answered. You know, sometimes for some households, you ask a simple question about, for instance, your age, and it turns out to be a storytelling, and so that alone will take time for the enumerator to determine. And so if the respondent is quick in responding to the answers, then within 45 minutes, 1 hour, we should be done.
Okay, so given the increasing rate of violent crime in the country, how do a citizen identify an enumerator?
Thank you very much. And so what we have said consistently is that, yes, people will have to be aware of fraudsters. And so our enumerators will always be on their jackets or a T-shirt. So it's either a jacket or a T-shirt, at the back of which we have the census inscription. So 2020 population and housing census, you count, get counted. So this is an inscription at the back of the jacket or the T-shirt, and you also have our logo embossed in front of the jacket or the T-shirt. You also have them wearing a cap with the census logo also embossed on the front part of the cap. And beyond that, you also find them wearing an ID card. And we are also saying that if you are still not too sure with these identifications, you can call on our toll-free number, which is 0800-426-426, to be sure of this person being part of the census team.
Okay, so how do you intend, to capture Ghanaians who are living outside the country?
Okay, so that is why tonight is an important day to us. So we're talking about using the de facto count, method of counting, which is making reference to midnight of today, which is 12 midnight, trying to find out whether this individual spent this night in Ghana. And so it depends on the response that we get from this question as to whether or not an individual spent the census night in Ghana. And so, per your question, if this person did not spend the census night, then he will not be captured as part of the de facto population. But then we also have questions that we are asking about all persons who have emigrated outside the country or might have traveled somewhere, and therefore we are also getting information about the jury population. And so this is the methodology that we are adopting as far as the census is concerned.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your time on Newsnight. I'm sure there are a number of questions we would like to ask you, but then if time makes way, we would come to you and your outfit for more questions and then answers. You're watching.
We will appreciate that. And we want to also plead with Ghanaians to continue to support us, having supported us to finish successfully with the first part of the exercise, which is the listing of structures. And now we are getting into the enumeration of the population and the structures. And we want to seek their cooperation to make sure that we succeed together as a country. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. So that was the head of census methodology, Mr. OWUSU KAGYA of the Ghana Statistical Service. You're watching Newsnight live on Metro TV. We have a quick turn and then we shall be back with more.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room set, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
Did you know that cloth handkerchief gets dirty and wet after wiping your sweat or blowing your nose with it? Keeping a dirty handkerchief in your pocket or bag is very unhygienic. Reusing it increases your chances of getting sick from germs. That is why I always use Flora disposable handkerchiefs. Flora disposable handkerchiefs is disposable, thus making it a more hygienic option. It's thick and very absorbent. With 10 tissues in a pack, Flora disposable handkerchief is better than a cloth handkerchief.
Mommy.
Look out for Flora toilet roll, Flora multi-purpose paper towels, Flora table napkins, and Flora box tissues in a shop near you. For both purchases, call Delta Paper Mail on 0243 033 033.
Welcome back from the quick break. Now moving on to some health news. The Ghana Health Service earlier this week confirmed that Ghana has detected 6 Delta variants of COVID so far. According to the service, the variants were confirmed from samples taken from passengers at the KOTOKO International Airport. This, they added, is more contagious than what was experienced in the first wave, making some healthcare providers scared of offering healthcare services to customers. On the back of this, Metro News has sought the views of Ghanaians on innovative ways to receive healthcare and if Ghana is ready for a shift to e-health.
It would depend on your condition. If it is a review, as in maybe you've been at the hospital and you've been treated, you've been taken care of, and then a doctor said come in 1 week time or 2 weeks time. That one, you can call your doctor, maybe doctor, after the medications, this and this is what I'm going through. Now maybe I'm better now. You tell him or her your state of your condition now, then maybe he can tell you that let's do this later. But a new case, like you have abdominal pains. You know, when you have abdominal pains like this, a whole lot of condition comes with abdominal pains. You have to be at the hospital.
When you talk about health issues, it depends. It may be that the issue or the situation is very critical. That one, you need the in-person. You need to visit the hospital for treatment. And it may also happen that the situation is not as serious. It may be that something that maybe any home remedy can solve it. So with the telehealth, you can just consult your doctor and your doctor will give you the direction. Just go by that.
So on the back of this, joining me in the studio is the CEO and founder of VN Health, Africa's first virtual healthcare solution, and he is in the person of Gersom Edu. Okay, so Gersom Edu, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, I was earlier mentioning to you how much we look alike.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Delta variant is in the country, and this has brought about some scare, you know, amongst healthcare providers. May I find out, okay, e-health, has it been successful for countries in the Western world? And if it is, or if it has, do you think Ghana is ready for this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the advancement of technology, as far as for the past couple of years in Western countries, or I should say that developed countries, has really progressed over the past couple of years. And looking at the continent of Africa, specifically Ghana, there has been a really drastic shift of technology advancement when it comes to mobile users, the amount of mobile users that are actually active right now in the country. And so I do believe that there's definitely a shift in technology advancement that is truly going to empower how e-health is really going to be adopted in this country.
Okay, okay. So looking at the culture and then the mindset of people within the country, I must say it's a bit unfortunate that we have some level of illiterates within the country, quote and unquote. Do you think, okay, this would affect the e-health system that we look or we seek to achieve?
Yeah, I think really the focus of e-health should be for all. And that means that the ability to be able to educate even users that may not simply have that understanding or knowledge to be able to navigate through either mobile applications or even being able to even use technology, you know, as a whole. So I do believe that the need for knowledge transfer and the education is very necessary for users or for people that may not necessarily know how to use mobile applications. So I do believe that the adoption of technology solely sits on all of us to be able to ensure that we're able to access quality health care on the go.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So looking at the lapses, okay, that we're experiencing in the country, you could speak of data and mobile network challenges.
Yes.
Okay, would you say we can make progress with e-health?
Yeah, really, when I envision the future of healthcare, specifically e-health, I think it's going to take all of us. It's going to take the mobile providers, network providers, I should say, and it's also going to take really us also to be able to ensure that we're able to build a future, one that empowers patients and providers to be able to connect. And that is going to require that we build a strong foundation from a technology perspective to be able to help patients and providers to connect at any location, at any time, and from any device.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So let's speak of some benefits, all right? How beneficial will this be for Ghana, especially within this COVID era? And with reference to your platform, VN Health.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I think even right now, 25% of all patients miss an appointment, and they miss an appointment due to transportation. So imagine a patient trying to access healthcare. Imagine a patient trying to drive to the nearest hospital, and it's taking the patient an average of 4 to 5 minutes. I think that e-health comes in to be able to bridge that gap for patients to be able to connect to their providers at any time, really at anywhere, and also be able to prescribe them with medications that, you know, that are actually needed for them. And looking at even looking at some of the problems that are actually available right now, that's when VN Health specifically decided to come in to be able to build a platform that empowers providers and patients to be able to connect really at anywhere and also on any device. So what we do at VN Health, we provide a platform that empowers providers to be able to connect. And that means that we want to ensure that we're providing quality health care for these patients and also for these providers to be able to connect uninterrupted, whether in the midst of network connectivity and all of that. We wanted to ensure that we built a platform that really surely empowers them to be able to connect. So I really envision the future of healthcare to be more of hybrid, whereby we have e-health as well to be able to aid in situations whereby patients have to really sit really in long queues to be able to wait for their providers when they really have to see a doctor. So that's when e-health really comes in to bridge the gap between having to wait, having to necessarily even need a specific medication really from your, from your doctor. That's when we come in to be able to make sure that we're bridging that gap. You can chat with your doctor, you can have a live consultation with your doctor, and your doctor can provide you really real-time prescription for you to even pick it up at the nearest pharmacy location.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So in connection to the services that you provide, okay, I would want you to state some last words to Ghanaians, all right, as we seek to achieve e-health in Ghana.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, when I envision the future of healthcare for all Ghanaians, what we envision is quality healthcare for the whole country of Ghana. And that means it does not matter where you're located, you deserve quality healthcare. And that's when VN come in to make sure that we're actually providing quality healthcare to all Ghanaians. So thank you.
So thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Thank you.
We have been speaking to Gersom Edu, the CEO of Africa's first virtual healthcare solution, VN Health. Up next is some business news, and Winston Taki is on standby. Winston, what do you have for us in business?
In business tonight, I'm going to bring you an update from the Bank of Ghana, where directives have been given to the financial sector that has to do with banks being exposed to risks and stability in the financial sector in the course of the month. It appears the Bank of Ghana this month is doing a little more for the banking sector. Stay tuned for more. The Bank of Ghana has issued a revised risk management directive for banks and financial institutions operating in the country. The move, according to the central bank, forms part of its effort to reduce credit exposures and ensure stability in the banking sector.
The directive, according to the central bank, will further ensure that the regulated financial institution has systems in place for identifying, measuring, evaluating, controlling, mitigating, and reporting material risk that may affect the ability to meet its obligations to depositors and other stakeholders. A statement issued by the Bank of Ghana said the directive is issued pursuant to Section 92(1) of the Banks and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016, Act 930, and shall apply to banks, savings and loans companies, finance house, and financial holding companies licensed or registered under Act 930. Some of the risk management directives contained in a draft document cited by Metro News include the role of the board, risk management framework, risk management strategy, as well as risk culture and organizational accountability for risk. Meanwhile, the central bank adds it may in the future issue additional directives regarding material risk areas that it considers essential or apt to warrant practical management in such risk areas.
Now, moving on to other stories. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ifua Sabia Asare, has lauded the noticeable investment and progress that have been made in the Ghana goods. According to her, JP's keen interest this year is to focus on developing the art and craft sector. She said this at the JPA Accra Art and Craft Market exhibition held in Accra.
Here at the Dubois Memorial Center, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority brought together a number of artisans to exhibit the goods that they have. Let's get inside to see what the artisans have for us.
Everything here is made in Ghana, right here in Accra. Ghanaians hardly patronize our made in Ghana goods. Usually the expats. I don't know if it's about the exposure or promotional. Things are not being promoted that much to the local public.
There have been complaints that made in Ghana products are expensive. Do you agree?
They're expensive because I have to import. They're expensive because there's so much cost involved in there. If I'm importing, if I've taken money from the banks, and you know that interest rates are high, on average is 24%. The person you're competing with, which is a Chinese person, is having his bank interest around a percentage or two. But if all these things are checked to push them down, for example, if interest rates go down, it'll be easier for us.
As we patronize made in Ghana products, we help the entrepreneurs in Ghana move up for people to see, and we promote the nation as well.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Efua Asabia Asare, visiting the various art and craft stands, was thrilled by the level of upgrade in made in Ghana goods.
I'm so excited. A lot of things have improved for some time now. Packaging has been an issue. But as I walk around, I see that we have improved in our packaging and presentation. So that makes me excited because this helps in promoting our products. The focus now for GEPA is on art and craft for this year because we haven't done so much with it. We have tried, but it's a huge sector, and we need to make a delivery.
That's it for business here on Newsnight. My name is Winston Taki. Could you stand by for the rest of the bulletin?
Thank you, Winston. We appreciate your time. So we shall take a quick break. Nonetheless, we still have more for you. Stay tuned.
We are one man short. Should we invite him?
Yeah.
It be old cargo.
Can I join you guys?
Yeah.
Always drink fresh, natural eggs, mineral water.
You still got it.
Always keep hydrated naturally. That's my secret.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
UEFA Euro 2020, Europe's grandest football championship with Europe's grandest players.
Oh, what a goal! Ronaldo, it's a second.
It's not about where it's played, but how it's played. And when it's played on a stage this big by players this intense, it's anyone's game. UEFA Euro 2020. Get and stay connected to DSTV to watch UEFA Euro 2020 on dedicated SuperSport channels.
My name is Phil John Quarty, and this is the sports segment of the news. Let's start with Ghana Premier League. The phobians went to move all the bragging rights and the 3 points after beating KOTOKO by a 1-0 in the Week 31 top liner of the Ghana Premier League. Highlights.
Pace. Heavy first touch, manages to find Fatal down the right. He's got asthma, sends a deep cross in. Patrick Razak set across. Daniel Barnier shot is blocked by Canoe. Let's go Savoy. Patrick Asma. Good save from goalkeeper Richard Attack.
They're trying to stop the ball, but the ball broke actually.
Lovely ball to Fatal Mohammed. Sends a cross. That's some good stuff from Daniel. Brilliant drive from a very improved side in the second half. Again, a dink from Salifu looking for Barnier. That's the opener. Daniel Barnier.
The little dink over the top from Salifu to Barnier. It's not the first time we've seen it this season. Obi Junior's effort is blown well by Daniel. But the shot is a hope for one. No question.
So it was Daniel Barnier's goal that separated both Hearts and KOTOKO. The phobians now on top with 56 points, followed by KOTOKO by 53 points. We're left with 3 matches to see our Eagles. But still talking about that game at the stadium, our reporter Joe Amaube spoke to fans after the game.
Oh yes, you can clearly see that Accra House of Folk, controlled the game from the blast of the whistle. We totally dominated the game. I do not know the kind of tactics that KOTOKO brought in. At a point in time, the coach was playing Fabio Gama as a false 9, which was very difficult for them. Judging from the fact that, he was coming against these strong House of Folk defenders. So clearly you could see that House of Folk dominated the midfield and KOTOKO couldn't actually try our goalkeeper. I was extremely surprised. I believe we need to remain focused. We just need to win 2 games out of the 3 games left because it's a head-to-head thing. So now clearly we are ahead of them.
Overall, it was really a below-par performance from Asante KOTOKO. I really wasn't expecting such a performance. I felt tactically we were not really up to it. We didn't have a lone striker. Our midfield was not taken, and our defense was a bit wobbly. Credit should be given to Accra House of Folk. I thought they were up for it. They were more determined. They created the better chances. Even though I had issues with the goal scored by House of Folk, though.
Yeah, best at ball no. Ya kase dro bia be den e be ka dem na sesi anso no mo hu se Fabio so onyo bia etino bia nyo bia ya so mo kono mo koda next time na be bia e din na ya wie no eduma ne de sasa hwe ye media grow krom ha o.
I think it was a fairly balanced game, but at the end of the day, House of Folk wanted it more. That's what I'll say. They wanted it more, and they got the goal. I have my issues with the goal. I think it was an offside goal. I have looked at.
From Accra, let's focus on the Euros and get to Budapest, that is in Hungary, because Czech Republic qualified to the last 8 of the European Championship after beating Holland by 2-0. So that was how Czech Republic beats the Dutch by 2-0 to qualify for the last 8 of the championship. Currently playing Belgium are leading Portugal by 1-0. That's your sports. My name is Feo Jodiquote. Going for a commercial, but when we come back, Desmond will bring us all the showbiz news you need to know.
Rewards a first charge system with 2-for-1 certification. 90Hz Superfluid display. 6.95-inch Full HD+. MediaTek Helio G95 processor. Unbeatable gaming experience. Infinix Note 10 Pro, faster and smoother.
Yenim sa wupe football pa. Anunti na high sense sponsor Euro 2020. Edia mawono. Ne sa sunti na yatete TV so say who edia mawono. A high sense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Kwajo brand new Hisense TV and BODAFONE. Pictures near clear na color near deep. Sound quality this dia one it here. Hisense TV so dia entry power. About down one access you are. Akona utusa abefo. 18th June, Akofim 11th July. A Hisense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Emma Refisa. Hisense and Kwan Emma 5 years warranty. A Hisense Euro 2020 TV super promo. Ekoso wa Hisense showrooms e wa Ghana fa na nyina. Kwachu dia na nsenya. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people. Hisense, official sponsor at the Euro 2020.
Well, it's time for entertainment news right here on Newsnight. My name is Desmond Okrekodasu. Now let's talk about the VGMs because gospel musician Dinah Entry Hamilton has been crowned the Artist of the Year at the just ended Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, and the Adom singer was adjudged the Best Artist at the 22nd edition of the awards. Here are some highlights.
Is Kitty here? Are you coming back? Because Dinah Hamilton will not permit you to come back.
And yes, we have the Artiste winning the overall Artiste of the Year. History has again been made tonight with Dinah Hamilton at Doom. Indeed, it is Grace.
All right, so congratulations to Dinah Entry Hamilton. Now, yesterday I spoke to some of the award winners, Eno Baroni, Dinah Entry Hamilton, Mr. Drew, and they had this to say.
Yesterday we spoke, and now you are the Artist of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's the feeling like?
Can I go and sleep and come back and tell you the feeling? I know. Thank you so much. The feeling is surreal. It's just amazing. I was managing my expectations, but God always he always outdo himself, and so he's done it again. Yeah.
Oh, you're the second gospel artist overall, the ultimate. What's the message out there to your colleague gospel musicians?
God is not through with us. He's only just begun. Only just begun. And so let's carry on doing Jesus, and then Jesus will do the rest.
I feel amazing. This is a statement. You want that, this is the second time I should say. Does it put pressure on you as first you artists? People be looking out for a lot of things from you.
No. I've been working since, and I'm still working, so no pressure at all.
But what's the magic though with your songs? Every song you drop is a banger.
It's God, Charlie, God.
What's the statements that you're making as an artist to the rest of the rappers out there?
I think rap is here to stay, and so let's make good use of it, and let's dominate. Yeah.
And to the ladies out there who are trying to get into the game, and now Eno Baroni is the best rapper, I should say. What would you say to them?
You've got the power, so never look down on yourself as a woman. If you ask us, I was able to do what she did at her time, and I'm able to do this at my time.
So we say congratulations to all of the winners at the 22nd edition of the VGM. And that's how wrap up entertainment news right here on Newsnight. Up next is the international news.
Now on to some international news where the death toll from the collapse of an apartment block in Florida has risen to 5. Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Carver said the number unaccounted for has now dropped to 156, with 3 more of the recovered bodies now identified. This is a very sad story that happened in Miami. On this note, we end Newsnight today, and as always, you can tune in for more news each and every day at 7 p.m. I am Kojo Nyantachi Kranting. Thanks for listening in. Have a good night.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Leaders of the new school.